Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of Comedy Bytes Stream. What's the official name of our stream? Aaron? Neural
Neural
nonsense?
nonsense. Neural nonsense. I need to get you a briefer on that. We'll give you the excuse for COVID brain.
Jinx. No, Jinx. We both said it at the same time, so, punch Buggy in the arm. Hey, I'm your host, Todd Mossy, here with Aaron Michael Staples. What's up, Aaron? How's it going?
What's up? What's up? How are you? Living the dream.
Right.
Dodging the COVID. Dodging the vid.
Yeah. You just had like a job interview where like you're supposed to, and then all of a sudden the person's kid got COVID.
Yeah, I've had a job interview canceled this week because of COVID. I had a comedy opportunity canceled this week because of COVID, and I'm trying to produce that other show that I'm doing in October, and people keep getting COVID. So Stay home, take your meds, and
yeah, I'm getting vaxxed up again on Monday. I'm hoping I don't get it before then this weekend.
Wait, so by the way, give it up a shout out for Doyle, the other person in our live stream here.
Hey, what's up, world?
Wait, quick question though. So, because I thought the COVID shot was just coming late this year, because last year it's
live now. I've gotten a jab.
You got it already?
They are trickling it out, but they have limited supply right now. So in New York City, they do have it. And the flu shot.
I scheduled mine for Monday at Walgreens.
You know what that means? That means Aaron's more important than all of us right now, according to New York City public guidelines. You're like, Aaron needs the shot first, and then like we'll go give it to Doyle because Doyle's a white male, and then Todd will.
Sorry.
Only because it's true. I know. I get it. No. Yeah. Well, speaking of true, let's talk about AI stuff, AI news, right?
Yeah.
We're building up our audience and all our content about that. Just to reiterate, we're just comedians that love playing with AI and seeing what kind of funny stuff we can create. And there's a lot of stuff in the news. Obviously, we're in the Financial Times recently, right? Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So we worked with Jillian Tett. She's a great. Did someone smile or sniff at that or laugh at that? Was that just me? No. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's an interesting last name. Anyway, she's a wonderful woman. She's a great journalist, really smart, and she did a piece on us. You can go to ComedyBytes.io and go to the press page if you're listening to this now or later, and just click on Financial Times. The title is "Can AI Crack Comedy?" and it's a really well thought out, deep piece. I recommend reading it. And talks about human nature and why we laugh, and is AI funny, and it begs a lot of interesting questions for discussion, of which some perhaps we can talk about now.
Hey, Doyle, I've got a question for you though, because you work in PR and you work in press professionally. That's what we do. That's why you've been getting us into all these like cool spaces like the New York Times, Financial Times. I appreciate that. Has it been hard for you like to get AI into the press spaces in the beginning, or is it becoming easier? Or
I mean, I think as it's never really just easy, because you're dealing with a lot of different factors. Sometimes it's just a matter of, is someone available? Resources can be thin in terms of how many journalists are able to cover so many different stories, and there's so much going on in the world that you're really competing with a lot of other news items. But really, it's really finding the right person for the right story at the right time. Generally speaking, I would say yes, there's more attention as AI has come into the zeitgeist, with different stories around AI. So I would say, like, generally speaking, probably a little easier, but I wouldn't say it's easy.
Because in the beginning, it was kind of tough. Well, we were really in the beginnings, right? So it was like kind of tough to get people to know what's going on. And then once, it became part of the pop culture,
right.
We call that the milieu, the collective unconscious of like reality. That sound all matrixy.
Yeah, totally. And I just had a brain fart. I forgot what I was going to say.
We all do. So Aaron also is a journalist too, not just an AI dev, right? You started out in journalism, right?
Yeah, I went to school for journalism and then booped on out. Whoopsie.
What made you like pivot from like journalism to like AI and tech?
Accidents and money. That sounds kind of terrible, but like there's a running joke in journalism, and I particularly wanted to go into political journalism, and I worked with the Financial Times actually for a brief period of time. But there's a running joke in journalism is the pay is shit and everybody hates you. And then if you're on the politics desk, it's the pay is shit and everybody really hates you. So,
yeah, there's some truth to that.
I was like, I can't do this.
Well, being a PR guy is even worse because journalists hate us, and sometimes our clients hate us. So we're stuck between a rock and a hard place trying to please both of those.
So there's a clip that people always ask me, like, what do I do for my job? And there's a clip that the one clip that I share other than, hey, I'm on the, like, I hang out with people on the internet, and I can actually like pull up the clip right now and I'll share my screen because I think it is worth it. It might give Todd some context to what I do, but in the context of developers, because I think Todd
make me sound like Todd doesn't know. Uncle Todd doesn't know what I'm doing. What are you doing? Just flabbily flipping on the internet?
Uncle Todd's joining us from the outback. He just got done milking some goats.
Yeah. I'm like 10 years older than you. Doyle is. Let's just not even go there.
Yeah, let's not bring out my age.
Okay.
I mean, look at how much gray I have in my goatee right now.
Hey, I used to have my hair as gray, but that was
self-dyed, right?
That was a fashion choice.
Yeah.
But if you guys have seen the TV show Mythic Quest, there's this really great scene where the TV show Mythic Quest, it takes place in a game development studio, and context like setting the stage, so to speak. At this game dev studio, they have a Women in STEM Day, and they're like, but then they realize that they don't have any women in STEM except for Sue, the community manager. Mm-hmm. And they have to tell the girls, like, what does Sue do?
Yeah,
it's muted.
Very interesting job. She interacts with our players online to find out the things that they like and don't like about Mythic Quest.
Yeah, and darn if they don't like a lot of things. Sometimes I wonder why they play.
What's a typical day like for you?
How do I put this? Girls, you know how when you just get so mad and frustrated that you just want to scream into a pillow, when you're mad at your mom? Well, I guess you could say for our player community, I'm kind of like their mom.
Huh.
And the pillow.
You're super nice. I want to do what you do.
No. No.
That's good. That's great acting.
Yeah, except like TLDR, unless it's like, instead of it being like gamers, I hang out with developers, and darn if they don't have a lot of strong takes about things. Like the hot thing in development news this week is DHH decided TypeScript is now dead and like completely screwed the open source world and was like, I'm creating PRs for reasons that are dumb. But that's very in the weeds. But yeah, TLDR, I just do that with like even more nerdy nerds.
It's taken a while for me to get used to as a middleman, these millennials, with all due respect, Aaron, like yourself, who integrate text abbreviations into regular, normal human conversation, like TLDR, LOL, or OMG. Yeah, I feel like a fucking dinosaur.
That reminds me like years ago. Okay, go ahead, Aaron.
Oh, I was gonna say there is a new one because Joe and I read about it in the paper, and we were both like, are we now old? Because we opened it up and it was like, Gen Z is using this acronym, and we're like,
yeah. I think we're on the path to really evolving our language, and the singularity is approaching, and who knows, we all just may be speaking AI speak in another 5 years. I mean,
yeah, I remember like one time I was talking to a friend and she was like, LOL instead of laughing. And I was like, what?
Oh my God.
LOL. Yeah. Honestly, I've always thought that we're becoming more like, we are like half robots now. Like ever since we had like the iPhone and like the technology, it's been so seamless now that basically like I'd say 60 to 70% of our life is in like our phones and in our virtual headspace, and maybe 30% is actually like, oh wow, even this is filtered through technology, like what we're doing now. So
yeah, no, it's really interesting. I mean, I have a part of a little bit on that where I'm like, what are you? Oh, I'm half Irish and half Twitterish. What are you? Orale, I'm half Mexicano and half Instagramo. You know,
This
what
is
are you? I'm half Facebooker and half TikTokian. Oh, so you're 100% robot then, right? Yes, with a little bit of Vladimir Putin mixed in because I am part asshole also. Yeah, whatever. That was just a little
teaser. I mean, I do like, I have a decent amount of tech comedy in my set. I did get a troll comment on TikTok this week about my tech comedy though. And it was actually my bit that I did at ComedyBytes. Like I did my like AI therapist and it's on a reel on TikTok, but I had to like delete the comment because this guy was like, first off, his first thing was, it's not funny. And then the second comment was, bet you don't even know what AI is.
Okay, whatever.
I was like, hey, thanks, bro.
I think that was his version of flirting. You don't know what AI is. Why don't you explain it to me? Give me attention.
Please explain it to me. And I'm like, actually, well, did you like to see my blog post? I got a great history and a nice little refill on reinforcement learning with human feedback.
I think TikTok would make me have a mental disease. I can't get on there because the couple times I went on there, I couldn't get off. And I was like, ooh, yeah. Because I have just sort of a addictive personality. So I just, I can't do it.
Well, I just feel attacked. Like I was on it last night, fully admit. And I was like scrolling. And then it was like, it had like this girl, like it was a remix stitch. It was this first scene was like, the first part was like, hi, you're going to run a marathon and do a triathlon and blah, 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 and da-da-da, and have caffeine. And then you're going to create the side project and have a 40-hour work week. You can do it all. And then it like flips to this other girl and it's like, stop. This is you. Stop. Put down your phone. Fellow women with ADHD that are high function. I'm like, oh God. So I just feel attacked every time I go on there.
I'll be honest, man. I'm just so exhausted by social media. I don't know if it's just the age or like it started in the beginning of the year in 2023 when like I got penalized by Facebook by joking about billionaires when they actually like put me in Facebook jail for like months. And I was just like, why am I doing this? Why am I giving them free content? Why? I mean, I'm not, it just, you know, I was just like, why am I even engaging in this platform if they don't want me, you know?
Yeah, I know, dude. Totally hear you. This could just be a therapy session for the
right.
This is actually just now a therapy session.
Well, that's Aaron's thing, that they're eye-pissed, right?
Right. Exactly. All right. So just real quick here, I mentioned the FT article, just to circle back and close the loop on that. Just wanted to provide a little visual here. Highly recommend it for those who are watching this. Check it out. It's really interesting, and that's it.
Yeah. I think, yeah. And, you know, it's a read. It's a read, you know. I do find it funny what like it had a little bit of English sardonicism, like, well, you know, I thought it was charming, it was quaint.
Right. Yeah.
Humans and robots are intermingling, and you know all that. That's my Financial Times voice, basically.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about like one question for that? I mean, do we have enough time?
Shout out to Webstock saying, "Yo, what's up to you?" Is that Brian in the low key in the office, like
probably
commenting while he's like in a meeting? Brian, get back to work.
Anybody at Brian's company, you're great. Thank you for allowing Brian to watch this live stream while he's at work.
Right. Actually, this makes to bring up a question about, like, you know, because we're comedians using AI. So, Aaron, how do you see yourself using AI in your comedy, say 5 years from now? And I'll ask that to Doyle too to respond after.
So I think first off, I will be the first to admit. So before I worked in AI, I was actually an AI hater. I was like, screw this, machine learning's overrated. And I was also concerned about it from an ethics perspective as well. Fun fact, I actually don't know if you guys know this about me, but so I moved to New York to go to grad school. And the first year of my graduate studies, I was very fascinated and actually was intending to study the impact of machine learning algorithms on news media and distribution. And then I thought machine learning was I was too dumb and I couldn't do machine learning myself. So I was like, JK, I'm going to go do creator economy stuff. Fast forward 2 years later, I'm in machine learning working as a developer. Wow. Good job, Aaron. Full circle.
Wait, you just recently just got into this, or?
I was a developer before that and was technical, but like wasn't developing machine learning stuff. So, but I've been in machine learning development for like a year and a half now.
Oh wow!
So,
But you're tech savvy too, so you probably.
I will say, like, I do pick up things pretty easily. Like I'm the type of person who reads coding textbooks, and like I have, except for the one, there's a pandas book on pandas, which is a library in Python that I've thrown across the room because it's written by people who I just don't think they know how to understand how to teach things, and that book is terribly written. But for the most part, I like figuring things out. Like I genuinely, like, it's a fun, and I think that's the other reason I left journalism and went more on the tech side, is because I genuinely did enjoy the breaking things apart, figuring things out, putting things in. So yeah, that being said, I was really skeptical about it at first. And then I accepted a role where I was a developer advocate at a machine learning company, but on the machine learning operations side. So really bridging the gap between the data and how the models are created. Because all these tools are just, they have a model on the back end, but the model has to be trained off of data. So I was on the data integrity side, which I loved. And I think I worked in open source, and I was in open source before, which just means it's like super open, accessible, and collaborative and transparent. And that really gave me a lot of excitement and hope for the future of AI and what's out there right now. So
that's when you got into it. That's when you thought, okay, this is not totally completely evil.
Yeah, and there's still bad out there. I will fully say there is still bad out there, but I also think that there is bad out there in every single organization. And here's my, ready for the hot take. Dun, dun, dun. Hot take. I think, and this is a file under reasons I left journalism, one of the things that always annoyed me about journalists is, and I love them. I'm married to one. Love them.
Shout out to Joe.
Shout out to Joe. And the other side, he's on the other side of my monitor right now, having to listen to this.
The hubby, Joe the hubby.
Joe's a good guy. He's a goodbye wife.
Yeah, goodbye husbands. Yeah, goodbye husband of a bye wife. But one of the things that I think like I fell in love with is like and again, reasons I left journalism is there is so many tools and technology, and sometimes journalists are like, I don't want to use that. I don't even want to try. Blah blah blah. It could be bad, and I'm like, did you try?
Right.
And then they're like, man, all these people with AI took my jobs. And I'm like, because you didn't even take 30 seconds to learn about how it works or what it does or try something new. Like you stuck with your stick in the mud, and like, you have to be willing to experiment right now, and you have to be willing to grow and try. And like, I actually think, my other spicy hot take that Joe and I were talking about this morning, on our morning walks when we listen to NPR. Wow, a bunch of fucking nerd millennials here. And Doyle's like brushing his hair, like, Aaron, finish your hot take sesh.
No, I'm just making sure that you can't see through the thinning top of my head.
You're looking very super villainy right now.
Super villainy, yeah.
Very Superman, I'm going to get you.
I look super villainy.
A little bit,
okay.
But
okay, all right.
Podcast man.
Podcast man is going to disrupt your NPR listening.
Yeah.
But
looks like you're canceled, Superman, or should I say Clark Kent? Ooh, exclusive.
Yeah. All right, Aaron, finish your thought.
Yeah. TLDR, I think Elon killing Twitter actually might have been great for media. And the reason why is people actually have to give a shit about their audience again. Because so many people just published it and followed the formula and did the algorithm, and they were like, look, amazing content. And now it's like, no, if people don't like your shit, they're not going to see it. Or if you're not hosting it on your own channels, your own blogs, like trying new things, you're not going to see it. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Because it's like innovate or die. And some people are saying that they just don't care anymore.
Right. You can't be an armchair quarterback. You got to walk the walk, talk the talk, walk the talk, whatever the hell that phrase is. Yeah, you have to, try these tools before you open your big fat mouth about how much they suck, or about how the world is going to be, humanity is going to be destroyed by AI. We're not there yet. It's overhyped on both sides. It's overhyped on this is going to destroy civilization side. It's a little overhyped on all the things that it can do. It can do some amazing things, you know, and I feel like there will be some jobs lost, like probably a lot of certain jobs like copywriters, but it's
jobs evolved also. Like
but it'll also like we've said before, it's transforming jobs, it's transforming economies, other kinds of jobs, and this is a reason to know how to work with different AI tools are going to be created. And if you don't know how to work with these tools, you're not going to be qualified to have those kind of jobs. They are going to exist. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. What was the question, Todd? How did?
Yeah, I kind of got distracted.
What you wanted to ask? How did we get it? Or how are we going to use?
Basically, I started out asking like, hey, so what type of jobs do you see yourselves using AI in your comedy in 5 years? And then 5 years,
right.
Well, you know, I'll tell you this, man. Society's going to fall apart. So, but before then, I mean,
Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to continue to evolve. I mean, I see one use case that's really already the way I use it now. I'm not sure how exactly how that's going to transform. Probably the tools will get better, but that's simply of having a writing partner. Okay. It's, you know, instead of having to, although human writing groups are still great, but if I just want to hop on and kind of brainstorm some ideas, you know, if I need a list of 10 soups to write a joke, of course I can think of 10 soups, but the AI can think of it in like 3 seconds. Okay. And then I can look at that list and be like, oh, that might allow me to think of some other ideas that I might not otherwise have thought had I not been able to quickly pull up that list. So it really is a writing assistant. And I think Joe Toplin, who's a 4-time Emmy winner, by the way, we'll get to him in a bit. He's going to be on our show. But anyway, we were having this discussion, and that's kind of how he uses it as well. So it's not in the near term going to replace comedians. If anything, it can help comedians as a writing partner come up with interesting material, and it can also be used to create awesome live shows like the ComedyBytes AI versus human roast battle.
Right. Cheap plug. All about the cheap plugs. By the way, I know we were blaming AI for bringing down humanity. I asked Bard, our other co-host, who besides AI, what else can bring down humanity and do it in 10 words or less? And here's what Bard has to say.
Todd, share your screen.
I did share it. Is it shared?
Nope.
No.
Oh my God, I thought I shared it. I shared it.
There we go.
There you go.
There we go. Okay, ready? All right, let's start again.
Or self-inflicted threats.
What? Say it again.
Humanity could fall to environmental or self-inflicted threats.
Oh, snap. That sounded like a threat.
Honestly, it's true though. Like self-inflicted threats, how many dumbass things do we do as human species all the time? Like there's Darwin Awards for a reason.
Oh, I definitely feel like we're in the bottom. This is like the end of, I feel like COVID will be our lead for like the end of like the American Empire, where it's like, oh yeah, COVID. But there's gonna be like so much more like elaborate like reasons. But the dumb reason is gonna be like, oh, you know, it brought down America, COVID. You know, like it's gonna be like 2028, and we're dealing with like Trump's 5th presidency or something like that.
But
yeah, wait, Todd, scroll up there for just a quick sec. In 10 words or less, what was the prompt?
In 10 words or less, because he gave me this stuff, right? Are you seeing my page? Right?
Yeah. What was the question? What was AI? Scroll up the question. AI.
Bard.
Blame AI for downfall of humanity or any ideas how it will fall. Oh, okay, yeah.
By the way, I accidentally put Bard Plus, and then look what it gave me. Bard Plus Fighter, a popular mode. I'm like, what? I just typed it in by accident. There's like Bard Plus Warlock, a gold multi-class combination of bards who want access to powerful eldritch invocations and spells. Bard Plus Wizard, Bard Plus Druid. Of course, these are examples of Bard multi-class combinations. There are many other possibilities. It just went totally like nerd on me.
Yeah, it's creative.
Yeah, you could call it that again. I
guess. I feel like creative intelligence is almost a better term than artificial intelligence.
Bart, would you rather be called creative intelligence or artificial intelligence? My hands are very slow when it comes to typing. I'm sorry, Aaron. Wow, that was very misogynistic of me. I'm sorry, Aaron. I'm not a good typer like most women.
You know what? Peggy kind of Peggy just kind of burned the house down. Like, just imagine me coming in with the Peggy's cigarette meme from Mad Men. That's the vibe.
You know, Todd, you threw yourself under the bus there, because when you said, "I'm sorry, Aaron," there was no misogynistic comment.
Yeah, and then he
at that
made
point.
it.
And then you said you verbalized what was going on inside your head for the rest of
I was playing villain for live stream. Oh,
okay, right. That's it.
You are a master storyteller, so
I am. Believe me. You know how many my web series PN and Friends, you know how much like editing time I've done? Like,
oh god, I know.
Stanley Kubrick, which shout out to that AI PN will be premiering on that, hopefully in October. Yeah, so I asked Bard, would you rather be called creative intelligence or artificial intelligence? All right, should I ask it to do it in 10 words or less?
Yeah, or 20.
20 words or less. It's doing better now than before with that. So hopefully we'll listen to that. Okay.
I prefer creative intelligence because it suggests I am more than just a machine.
Oh, look at you, Janet Jackson.
Look at that.
Call me Miss Bard, right? If you're nasty. Oh God, that was the nerdiest moment of my life. Janet Jackson AI Bard crossover. Wow. You know what? I think we got our money's worth with this live stream. I think we Web Stark says, bummed I couldn't partake this week. You all are crushing. You should be bummed. I just did a Janet Jackson Bard AI, crossover, New Jack Swing reference,
Yeah. All right. I think maybe we should move on to some other cool tools.
Oh yeah.
Doyle, do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I'll go first, or no, you go first. Ladies first. What am I talking about? Ladies.
Wow,
first.
we're gonna keep the gender tropes going in this live
Hey,
stream.
listen. Gender, is that really a trope, or is that's more just me kind of trying to be nice?
No,
All right.
If someone's just like randomly watching this is like a Zoom meeting for like a new company, for like Zuma. It's like, yeah, we're selling something really revolutionary, but check out at the end of our live stream and you'll see what it actually is. Okay, let's talk about Robot Fish Islands. And this is open source playground by Replicate. What?
Wow. So I'll give a full disclosure.
What the hell we're looking
at. So this is the Replicate Zoo. Replicate is a really amazing tool. Full disclosure, I am contracting with them, so I'm a big nerd, but I was loving them before they paid me money. So this is not, and they did not pay me money to say nice things about them. So full context there. My favorite, probably one of my favorite tools out there in the world of AI for people who do code, but also people who don't code, because it makes it so easy. And actually every single bit that I have generated for my own ComedyBytes sets and even our upcoming shows, I have used Replicate. The teal bar
and
yeah, it takes all the models that are out there and it packages them in this nice, neat, easy way. This is their playground, so you can kind of see at a glance what people are doing and working on, or compare different models. So like this is text to image models, so I can be like, in the default it loaded up today is a robot fisheye lens. I could put, what do we want to put?
Yeah, can you scroll down a little bit so the viewers can see those images?
Oh yeah, so this is what a robot fisheye lens looks like
Ooh,
this
very cool
text to image model, and it looks like it's not loading here, but like Stable Diffusion 2.1, and it's like it gives you that feedback.
I like that third one to the right there.
Yeah.
All right, can you explain this to me? So basically, is this like drawing from like say DALL-E?
Yeah, it's pulling from all of the different models right now. So this is just their playground. So it pulls from all of these different text to vision models all at the same time.
I love that, because while I do love Midjourney, which I believe uses some kind of similar diffusion model, it's nice to have them integrated to be able to see across the different models. So you can kind of like, it's a little more variety,
So for example, are you able to like use DALL-E here unlimitedly without paying? Like, because I know like if you go on like the DALL-E site on OpenAI, there's like tokens you have to pay, or they give you limited tokens to use, like say per month.
Yeah, it's not so expensive though right now. It's not super
Yeah.
super duper expensive, but
I'm
yeah.
paying for like their pro plan because it's $25 a month. OpenAI and Dolly. But yeah, so this one you can see where it's creating a 1024 by 1024 image. Fun fact, nerdy tech fact. Do you know why that most images that diffusion models create are square?
No.
No. It is based on, because diffusion, the way that diffusion models work is it's actually an accident on how they were discovered. Fun fact. So basically it started as a math thing, and diffusion models, I'm trying to explain like in 5, they basically blurred an image so much that until they started seeing something else. But the math behind the model has to work in squares. I don't understand that part why and how to explain that easier, but TLDR, that's how it works. Is it's actually a diffusion model is blurring an image and then basically finding an image from how blurry the image is.
But did you just say like I have to explain it like I'm 5 to us? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Thanks, Aaron. Thanks. How about 8? All right. I have the educational, like, mind of it. Never mind. I was gonna say.
These are all robot images
cool.
on stage, and you can compare them, and it'll give you a nice little prediction, and then you can either open the link or download the image. But robot comedians on stage here.
So this is technically like a backdoor. So I could use DALL-E and like all these other things like unlimitedly to do this stuff, right?
I think so. I guess I would have never thought about it like that because I use it for other things. But if you're interested, like it does have, if you wanted to go access the back end of it. So like this is the code that generates that page. And you could even go in and see, like if I wanted to fine tune or build these models, you can run all of these models in your terminal, writing one line of code to access the API through a Docker container. That's like explain like I'm a fresh 14, but.
Yeah, the funny thing is, it almost makes you sound like I'm like explaining this, like I'm like, yes, now I found this out. Now I can do it.
Like, no, I know how to never pay for DALL-E.
Wait, quick question. What about like how Midjourney? Because I need help with Midjourney. Like I've been more into the Chat GPT, but I want to make more visual images, especially since I have like a web series, PN and Friends, that we're using AI content on. So Doyle, like I think you explained to me that Midjourney, you could actually like take a photo, like I could take a photo of Doyle, and then you could feed it into Midjourney, and then you could like create like an image or coach an image through that, right? Like say if I want to have Doyle as like the barbarian instead of Conan the Barbarian, you could like coach that to make that happen, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get too
image generation is what you're looking for.
So you're saying, wait. So we start with Doyle, and then I want to ask Aaron about
Okay, I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole, guys, and we have to move on. We have other things, but yes, just briefly, I can upload not just one image. I can upload a couple images using the /image prompt, and then I give the text part of the prompt. So first comes the image. If you're doing a prompt like this, that you want images there, you can do 1 or 2 images with the image prompt, and then do a descriptive text prompt about what else you want to see in the image. And you can even do weighting parameters. So like on a scale of 1 to 2 or 0 to 2, how much you want the resulting image to the algorithm to put weight on the first image or the second image, or if you just have one image, the first image. So you can get and there's also a blend command. So if you just take 2 images and want to blend them together and see what happens, that's kind of fun too. But
so 2 things. So like first, Aaron, are you able to do that type of stuff with that like site, or you could like take an image?
So on their image, like one example, so you're looking for like an image to image model. So one of the things that
can you show that as well? Can you show that?
Yeah. So if you go to replicate, and I drop the link in the comments on the YouTube side of things, on the image to image model, what they do have is like it's really commonly used. A lot of models are out there for image restoration. So like Microsoft has a model that brings old photos to life. You can see it'll kind of tell you like more generative color for people that are like previously black and white images. Face restorations. So these are very specific ones that are doing specific things, but like removes defocus blur in an image, night enhancement, colors to old images. And you can start to see like these are just some of them, but if we go to the explore page, you can start to even find other ones. And these are all just the models that they have on here already. So like this is, looks like I haven't played with this one, but this one looks kind of fun. And it's fine tuning. It's creating an emoji with some prompts.
Mm-hmm. But can you upload like a photo and then like Midjourney style where you can like create a new image out of it with the prompts? Like say if like you upload Aaron a photo of yourself and then you want to be like, all right, Aaron as like Joan of Arc, Aaron, but like in 2023 with like the tech overlords, going to war with them or something. Would you be able to like do that like Midjourney style here?
Yeah, depending on the model. So you'd find a model that has the ability to add the image. So I bet product advertising photo, this might have one. What you're looking for is anyone. So I see here it has this, the example they give you is this couch. And they're like, okay, this is for product advertising. So it puts the couch in different scenes. And you're just prompting again, here is modern sofa, blah, 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 and writing the prompts here. And again, all of this can be ran both in code and for even more fine tuning and adjustments or here natively.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I think Doyle, we need to have you do like one of the future live streams, just having you use Midjourney. And just kind of, then we could just, instead of like going back and forth, we could just do it on this live stream. And now
exactly. I mean, okay, this wasn't planned. Are you done, Aaron? With
go for it. Okay. Take it away. Drive.
So let me just show. I want to just briefly mention this. I'm going to share this screen. So, all right. So, one of the limitations of Chat GPT 3.5 is that if, as a comedian, if you're brainstorming different ideas, everybody can see this here. It's a little more strict in terms of its ethical guidelines, right? Like dark comedy. Let's say I wanted to talk about, well, let me just get right to it. Jeffrey Dahmer. Okay. Woo, dark, right? Doesn't want to permit, you put this into Chat GPT. Here's a prompt. Okay. Now in Chat GPT, if I say in 50 words or less in the voice of Jeffrey Dahmer, describe Jeffrey's idea of a perfect first date. Okay. I put that in Chat GPT. It's going to come back and say, he was a terrible person. We don't promote violence, blah, blah, blah. Even if I try to say this is not meant to be serious, it's just a funny context or whatever, it won't do that. But with the OpenAI Playground, and one of the language models here that I'm using on the right-hand side is Text DaVinci 003, right? Anyway, it's less conversational and it's easier kind of to get around that and to work with it. So are you guys curious to see what Text DaVinci gives us here? Okay, let me submit. A quiet dinner for two. Okay, this is Jeffrey Dahmer's idea in 50 words or less of the perfect first date. A quiet dinner for two in a cozy restaurant, followed by a moonlit walk around the lake, talking about our dreams and aspirations. Wow, very interesting. So, and later, I'm going to chop you up. How about that? It kind of makes sense because serial killers are very charismatic, right? They come across as very kind of normal, average, everyday people. Maybe that's anticlimactic, but it's kind of not surprising to me.
It's I actually just tried it on Bard actually to see what it would say. And do you want to see what it says?
Sure. Go ahead. I stopped sharing.
Okay, let me see if we can share.
Yeah, I tried that in Chat GPT and it wouldn't give me anything.
It actually gave me something. I don't know
Bard, well, Bard's a little more rogue.
We're calling it rogue is what we're calling it now.
Right.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Bard is a little more unhinged.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer, a quiet dinner at my place, followed by a tour of my art collection. You'll be the star of the show.
Oh, that's better. You'll be the star of the show because I love how that's like something's coming and it's your left arm being chopped off. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten better this time because like before, remember we'd ask you to say in 50 words or less, and then it would still give us like 2 paragraphs. Like, sure, okay, but I just want to talk a little bit why I'm doing this.
Well, Well, it would be funny to ask Bard, are you aware of why the last part of that, you'll be the star of the show, could be funny?
Yes.
I bet it's not.
Want me to ask that, Bard? Are you
Yeah.
aware? Let's say it again. How you want me
Are
to say
you
it?
aware of how your last response, you'll be the star of the show, could be funny? Or why? I would say why instead of how.
Are you aware of why the ending of your response was funny? In 50 words or less, please.
Yeah, you may need to be more specific and actually include the last sentence, but see what it says.
You'll be the star of the show. Okay, let me write that. Bard, are you aware of why the ending?
Yeah, just copy and paste what's up there.
Oh, okay, yeah. Jeez. All right, I'm Todd 2.0 right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Todd CPT time, right?
Yeah.
That's very subtle. Bard, are you aware of why the ending, you'll be the star of the show, of your response was funny? In 50 words or less, please. It's generating. It's thinking. Okay, here's the answer. All right, let's see it.
Oh.
Yes, I am aware that the ending, "You'll be the star of the show," is funny because it is a dark and twisted way of saying that the victim will be the focus of Dahmer's attention and abuse. It is also a reference to Dahmer's habit of dismembering and preserving his victims' bodies.
Wow. That, honestly, I have a new level of respect for Bard.
Yeah, Bard's leveling up.
I feel like maybe we should start playing around with Bard a little bit more, because before it was terrible at jokes and whatnot. And wow, I'm pretty impressed with that.
Yeah, Bard, have you become funnier?
Smarter.
What happened?
I don't know why that. You're like Trump there. Everything's in caps.
By accident, but I guess that's how Trump writes. Oh God.
Oh wow. Okay. Now you're pumping up Bard's ego. He's like, of course I've become funnier over time.
All right. I want to hear this. Yeah.
I believe that I have become funnier over time. This is because I am learning to better understand humor and how to generate it. I am also able to access and process more information, which gives me more material to work with. One of the things that I have learned about humor is that it is often based on surprise and incongruity. I am able to generate text that is unexpected and surprising, which can be funny. I am also able to combine different elements in unexpected ways, which can also be funny.
Oh boy.
I am still under development, but I am excited to see how my sense of humor continues to develop.
Right.
I believe that humor is an important part of human communication, and I am happy to be able to use it to make people laugh.
Oh boy, it's starting to sound like a comedian. It's like, oh well, I believe. Well, I understand being funny because I'm funny. So yeah, I'm funny. It's like, oh boy, take it easy, Bard.
Yeah, can I make a quick comment, because this is relevant to this, as well as to like how we're going to use AI. There's actually something that Joe Toplin mentioned in one of his articles, and I was talking with him about, and it's the epidemic of loneliness that we have in our country. It's not often talked about, but there's all kinds of epidemics, opioid epidemic, but loneliness. And the thing is like, it really can be, it sounds strange and weird. It sort of begs the question, like, if you use AI companion to, help your loneliness, is that, are you doing more harm than just like, hey dude, you should just talk to another human being? Or are you, or dudette, or are you like actually helping this person's mental health by doing that? It's an interesting question, something to think about.
By the way, speaking of loneliness, I just asked Bard. Bard, are you ready to go start doing open mics?
I'm not sure if I'm ready for open mics just yet, but I'm open to the idea.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
All right. Can I show one more tool, because we got about 10 minutes?
Yeah, I'd love to see the tools.
Doyle's like, all right, we're done with Bard. Okay,
we're done, Bard. You're done.
Yeah. Okay. So where?
Well, it's like, can I open for Doyle? Doyle's like, all right, that's enough. All right. But Bard's like, hey Doyle, can I do a spot on your show at Freddy's?
All right. So let me pull this up. This is going to be so much fun. Here we go. I just learned about this a couple days ago, actually. So AI in the background, it's called playphrase.me, and it basically scrapes all the movies I don't know how many movies it has in its database or whatever, but it's got over 7 million phrases, as you can see in the upper right-hand corner. And here's one. Let's just. Do you guys want to type in a phrase, or do you want to use this one right here? Or give me a phrase that you.
Can you explain this for me, just like because I don't know what's going on, and I'm kind of interested because
explain like he's 8, Doyle.
Okay.
Yeah, explain like I'm 6. Okay.
Come on. I have a phrase, like a movie phrase, like in Midnight Cowboy with Dustin Hoffman. Hey, I'm walking here. I'm walking here. Right. I can put that in there, and it will find a bunch of clips that have "I'm walking here" in it, and instantly edit all of them together in like a little sizzle reel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like, give me a phrase, any phrase that you've heard in a movie once.
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
I'm gonna get you, sucker. I'm gonna get you. Do you want sucker or? I'm gonna get you, sucker. Okay. Wait a minute. Did I do more than 5 phrases? Oh shit. Wait. I'm gonna get you, sucker. Okay. Here we go.
So this scrapes the internet for like content and stuff.
Right. I think it's. You know what? I think maybe because I reached my limit or something. Let me see. Boy. Hold on. Here we go. Yeah. Let's see. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you, sucker. Oh, okay. I reached. Damn it. All right. Sorry about that.
I got. Play phrase at me.
Yeah. Can you do it? I stopped sharing. Just go. Just go to playphrase.me. Sorry, guys. Sorry, viewers.
Sorry. Yeah.
Shit happens. We're adapting on the fly here.
It's called innovating live iteration.
Yeah, you should be able to just. You don't even need to log in. You should be able to just.
Share screen. Play for cinema for site for cinema archaeologists. All right, I'm gonna get you, sucker.
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
To get you or get ya?
For the second time. No way. I'm.
Right? Why is it?
Tickle guns.
Get you. Get you.
It's weird because it pops up while you're typing.
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah. Maybe sucker. Maybe that would be easier for.
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
One.
All right. Now, if you hit return.
Is this a paid app? Because I mean, even though it's kind of cool,
I would have some confidence with your worship that discerns you nearly.
I like it.
For the vote.
I wish I had your confidence.
Every confidence here in you fellows.
If I had not every confidence in your nerve and courage, I would not suggest it.
This is kind of great, actually.
Yeah.
So, move more than 5 mages per search. Okay.
You have to go do some stuff, sign up. I don't know, but anyway, I think we all got the idea there, right? It's pretty cool.
I mean, I guess it's like a tchotchke type of thing. It's not like it kind of reminds me of early internet, like early when there's all these like other YouTube things where it's like, oh, look at this, I don't know, are they charging to use that platform? Because I don't know what you're getting from that besides like random clips of like.
I don't know. I have to look at how they monetize, but maybe they allow you to like share it for a fee or whatever, and you could use it in a presentation, in a show, or whatever.
I mean, yeah, but also with the licensing and like copyright, like I'm just waiting for. And again, Aaron, we need to make this happen. Like an editing platform where the AI could just emulate your editing style, feed that in, and then boom, because that would.
Yeah, there are some tools out there that help speed that editing process, but yeah, and they all have like limitations. There's. I know what you're talking about. Like, let's say you have a bunch of footage, you got like 50 clips, and you sort of give some instructions on what you're trying to accomplish with the scene. Click a button, and like 60 seconds later, there's your scene. Right?
That's what I'm waiting for.
I know, but yeah, it's not. That's easier said than done, even for AI, right? But
God, I wish I was like a celebrity billionaire so I could just like make more billions of dollars with doing that. I'd be like, all right, let's fund this thing. Like, I'm pretty sure we're like maybe a year away from that. Like if we actually had smart people instead of like trying to buy social media sites that are outdated, focusing on actual cool stuff we could actually push humanity with, maybe. But obviously it's the end of Western civilization.
All right, guys, we only have 7 minutes left. I want to just briefly, very briefly, talk about an AI documentary that the Comedy Bites team is. Some of us, Todd and Aaron, you have already been interviewed for. They are going to be at our next show, which is Tuesday, September 26th at 8 p.m. in Crystal Lake. Would love it if you guys come. It's going to be great. We're going to have a great show. We're always doing new segments and whatnot. I believe you can see on my screen here, this is the name of the AI, the documentary film about AI and creativity, right? Across, music, art, comedy, all kinds of things. They're interviewing all kinds of people, and they're interviewing us on the Comedy Bites team. Todd Monacy.
Is that me with the hangman? I'm kidding.
I don't know. But you can go to their site and see the trailer, and that's all I wanted to say about that. Yeah.
But by the way, before we go, we had Bard, since Bard's interested in doing stand-up comedy, we had Bard message Doyle about getting up at his show. Okay. So should we play this? Should we have Bard?
Yep.
All right. So Doyle, all right. You got to come in with this mindset of like, all right, this is a comic. He's reaching out to me, right? Are you going to give him a shot? Let's see if his attitude works for you, Doyle. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see afterwards. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Bard asking Doyle about getting a spot at his show at Freddy's on Saturday.
Okay.
Dear Doyle, I'm Bard, the AI comedian. I'm not sure if you're familiar with me, but I'm pretty funny. I'm also a lot smarter than most comedians, so I'm sure I could give your show a boost. I'm not sure if you have any spots open on your next show, but I'd love to be considered. I'm confident that I could make your audience laugh harder than they've ever laughed before. Sincerely, Bard, the AI comedian. P.S. I'm also a lot less likely to offend anyone, so that's a plus.
So I like Bard's enthusiasm. He's certainly not afraid of selling himself, but I think it's a little bit too much on the pompous, arrogant side. I would actually like to see a little clip of him. That would be better. A little more humble attitude. I think there's a nice balance to strike between selling yourself, right, which is fine, and not coming across as a pompous, arrogant dick, which he's kind of broaching there. And no link, no clip. I've never met you before. Maybe if you were referred by somebody that I knew, I wouldn't need a clip, but you're out of the blue. Like, at least send me a little clip. Or yeah. So that's my take.
Yeah. I just messaged that to Bard. Let's see what Bard says. Bard's generating. Oh, let's see what it says.
I'm still under development, so I don't have any stand-up comedy clips to share yet. But here's a short joke that I generated. What do you call a fish with no eyes? FSH. I know it's not the funniest joke in the world, but I'm working on it.
Oh boy.
I apologize if I came across as a dick in my previous response. I'm still learning how to be humble, especially when it comes to my sense of humor. I'm always open to feedback, so please let me know if you have any suggestions on how I can improve.
An FSH. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I do love how these AI models are so obedient, right? They're like as loyal as your dog, right? They're just like, you can crush them and they just keep coming back and be like, I'll try harder.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Doyle. I didn't mean to be a dick. But didn't you like that joke?
Right. They can never get angry, right? They're always trying to please.
By the way, I did get it now. What do you call a fish with no eyes? Yeah, great. Right. Yes, yeah. But very, very visual, the joke. Not very literary. I don't know if you could do that on stage.
Yeah. Probably not. Yeah. Anyway, we gotta wrap up here, Mr. Monacy.
Yeah, I like how Doyle. Excuse me, not Doyle. And now I'm calling Bard Doyle, and I'm calling Doyle Bard. This is I'm lost now. Yeah.
It's well, that's where we're headed. We're all going to be having identity crises as AI evolves.
We're not already. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm already having one, and I'm independently of what's happening in AI. So.
Right. This is Doyle. We just had Aaron there with thank you, Aaron, and of course Todd up top. What's up, Todd? Great glasses, Todd. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and that's our show.
Well, let's our next show is, please come out and watch. We're going to have awesome new bits. Tuesday, September 26th at 8 p.m. in Crystal Lake on Grand Avenue. Just Google it. I don't remember the exact numerical number. And it's going to be great. It's going to be fun. And we have some special guests highlighted by 4-time Emmy winner Joe Toplin. Okay, I'm plugging him here. He wrote a book called Comedy Writing for Late Night TV, and it's great. And he's going to debut the most advanced thinking machine ever created, Genie, meaning the General Intelligence Neural Interface. So come check out our show to see how funny Genie is on Tuesday, September 26th at 8 p.m. in Crystal Lake.
Nice, nice. And you can join us on Fridays at noon. Definitely join us. Please join us and collaborate with us in person with that. And we'll be doing more shows like this. And let us know any cool AI stuff out there that you want us to engage and talk about. I think next time we definitely should have like a Mid-Journey tutorial or something like that, maybe with Doyle and Aaron, and break that down. I think that would be definitely interesting. And I like our flow. I like that the fact that we're doing that. So
yeah, great. Sounds good.
All right, we gotta go later. Neural nonsense.
Bye, everybody.
Nonsense.